Hi, friends, and welcome back to Rocket League's Goals for Change. We're hanging out and checking out some amazing women in the Rocket League scene, all for a great cause. And we are getting ready for EU round two. We just had a crazy round one of 3v3 hoops with all of the different teams being able to check in on some of the streamers as well. But in the end, it was Team Smile, and at least we tried coming out on top of their matches. Now, as we get into Rumble Drop Shot, what power ups, what methods, what madness are you guys expecting to see have great effect here?
Okay. Okay. There is
Oof.
plenty. There's plenty of tactical ways that you can succeed in Rumble. And combining that with drop shot, okay, I'm looking to see effective plungers. Okay. I want to see people
Yeah.
literally like grab the ball from the sky and just pull it down to the floor and see some crazy shots. I think the plunger and the spikes, of course, because spikes is just, it's the ball stuck to your car. So it's just that's great all around. I think those two power-ups are gonna be really, really important in this next upcoming match.
Yeah, I gotta agree. My favorite ones have to be Spike or the Magnetizer, just because I failed physics in college. I don't really care about momentum and all this stuff and the force and projections and stuff. I just want to have the ball and I just want to drop it in the goal. That's all I want. And if there's a power up to allow me to do that, cool. And that's probably the power weapon I would want the most. But there's so many to take account for of like tornadoes, swapping positions, grappling hooks, all kinds of crazy stuff. So we'll try and fill you in, fill you guys in on what we think is happening.
Yeah, you don't need to know physics. That's what the game's all about, right? That's the game's got you covered. I think it's going to be so cool to see because, I love Rumble. It's probably my favorite mode to play. And you do see the moments where people are just like driving like full bore into the goal and then using the plunger or having the ball with the spikes. And to know that it's going to take the nosedive effect to be able to get those goals now in the drop shot mode, I think it's going to be so fun. I know, Athena, you played this mode, right, in Twitch Rivals as well.
Yes.
Any like words of wisdom that you can provide to our teams as we get ready for this round?
So what I learned is if you have two teammates that are really good, you can 100% get carried. Okay, listen. If you're not as talented, don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it. No. Okay, I played it in Twitch Rivals, and honestly, I think the two power-ups that I said earlier are super, super important, and just making sure that you don't waste all your boosts because during the game mode, right, in drop shot, your boost slowly regenerates, right, and it's going to be very important that you manage your boost, right. You use your power or your power ups tactically, and it's just just be mindful of those two things, and I'm sure that everything's going to go great.
I think it'll probably be easier than hoops because you just have to bounce it maybe off the ceiling. It's just like a very violent and intense game of ping pong with a little bit of skirt is how I would probably describe this game mode. And then you have all these power-ups around the map. So I'm super stoked to see how this is going to go and how long it's going to take to score an actual goal because, depending on the power of the ball that it generates as it gets passed around, it opens up these little holes in the arena for anyone who's never played Rumble Drop Shot. And, the hole, it's only so small. So, of course, the more dense you can put into the arena, the better. But I also don't want to see a very open map and just everyone, like, missing it.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if the Rumble capacity makes those open up faster or if there's enough chaos that it kind of slows it down. I guess we'll find out because we're going into game one. Now, again, we're starting with Power Puffs versus Guyana Pigs. The other match is Team Smile versus At Least We Tried. And if you're wanting to check out that match, just a reminder, a lot of our players today are streaming. You can check out their streams, see their points of views, hear their comms, and we'll be doing kind of the same as well. So here we go, getting into game one.
Okay, let's see. All right, so in the blue half, we have on the Power Pups, again, we have Ravina, Ampharet, and Cloudy. They're all going to be streaming their POVs as well if you guys want to check them out. And yeah, okay, we see some major damage already in the orange half from the blue team.
This is just ball chasing galore of just
Yes.
everyone just hoping to hit it, and accidents happen in terms of goals, but it's hitting the ceiling. It's coming back down. I'm seeing a lot more orange tiles, so yeah, Guyana Pigs getting a lot more of this, and there's already a hole in the arenas, but no goals yet.
Yeah, no, it's going to be, I mean, the more damage that you do, it's going to be very dangerous to kind of avoid getting the other team to score or to defend from the other team from scoring. And no, yeah, it's very important that you're very aware, okay, about your surroundings and who is up in the air contesting the ball and who isn't, because you don't want those double commits because it could end very poorly for you.
And just like, don't look down. I'm so glad that people aren't falling through those holes and maybe having to respawn or something like that. Because, you know, hopefully you don't have a fear of heights, because looking down that hole is looking pretty scary. But there's just a lot of area owned by Guyana Pigs. I'd have to say they're working towards that goal, and Amber is just trying to carry it away from that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is terrifying, okay? Rumble drop drop's terrifying because you don't know if your opponent who's going up to the ball has spikes or something, or they're saving one of their power-ups. Like, for example, that plunger did like a lot of damage on the blue half. It's very important to just be mindful of that your opponents can have something up their sleeve.
At least we don't have to guess like what power-ups are happening, because it's just not being shown. Well, like, you know, the tornado looks like a tornado, and then if someone's being propelled the other way, it's probably a boot or something like that. But we're seeing it kind of weird. I'm so surprised there isn't a goal yet, because there's so many holes in this arena, and it's got to go to Guyana Pigs. They're really trying to bring it to that once half the map, so they could do that.
Kaylee's got the spikes.
Oh no, spikes. I have PTSD of like my previous games. I'm like, please no, can we not? Yeah, Gilly, who do you think's gonna score first?
I feel like Powerpuffs have gotten slightly closer, but this map is so lit up and there are so many holes. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's either side. I think it's really gonna depend on who's got the better power-ups at this point.
Oh my goodness.
It was Mira!
So what I say, man, accidentally good at the game. So, I mean, that's kind of what Rumble drop shot is.
Yeah. It's just, you just have to have the perfect power up, right? And then just use the chaotic energy and just use it to your advantage. Yeah, Guyana Pigs first on the board in this best of 7 between both of them. I believe that, yeah, no, I think it's looking really good for the Guyana Pigs.
I was gonna say, I saw some really cool tornado usage from Powerpuffs, and what is this, like the grappling hook or something, and it's like bringing it back. I think that's how Guyana Pigs even had that goal in the first place. And look how big and open this is, a goal waiting to happen, but Powerpuffs, they're struggling a little bit.
Ooh. Oh, that's the spikes. I don't like that. Oh my god, did you see that? Look at it. She literally dunked it. That's exactly what happens to me. There's nothing you can do. You just fly up and then you just have to put the ball in, okay? Like that's all you gotta do.
This just really feels like Hoops 2.0 of like, come on and slam, welcome to the jam, because that's really what Ravina just did. Don't DMC me.
Oh my goodness. And of course, like after a goal is scored, the entire field or entire half of that field is completely reset. So right now, I believe it's kind of even in terms of damage between both these teams. And it's going to be really interesting to see if someone can get another goal before we hit overtime, or if it's going to be kind of like a stalemate.
I like that there's one of the power-ups is a swapper. You swap positions with another car, and I'm just wondering how confusing it is. You're like going on your merry way, you're going for a play, and all of a sudden you're just like across the arena, and you're like, how did I get here? Did I have a stroke? Like, what happened?
Like, why? Why am I here? Okay, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this. No, I think probably one of the most vivid memory I have of like the swapper, right? Essentially you're about to score this open net, right? And then your opponent just switches you and you're all the way back in your half, and there's nothing that you can do to defend against that unless you have a swapper as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see if they're able to adapt to that.
We even saw a freeze go through. I wonder if people are just using like the power-ups just like willy-nilly. Of just do it so you stop whatever's happening. Yeah, use it on cooldown. 8 seconds, and it's a tie game. I thought this was going to be higher scoring, but this is actually kind of hard.
The plunger. The plunger.
Oh, defies gravity when it's frozen too. Okay, okay.
It's going to be, yeah, okay, OT. I believe the damage still went through when the ball hit the ground. So this is an important kickoff, because if one of these teams lose it, they're going to regret that very much. Okay, Ravina, putting it back in the orange half. Gilly, is there a power-up that you like specifically, or you're absolutely like terrified of?
I probably most terrified of spikes per usual. Not really like
Yeah.
anything interesting there. But I'll be honest, I do like the tornado. But I think it's just because I'm from Kansas and I'm like, yes, I embody my enemy, you know?
Dude, I like power hitter because I would just 100% demo somebody with it. You know, don't try and go for a play, don't try and go for a score. Just like demo somebody who's about to do something cool and just ruin their day.
Yes, and they definitely will not be too happy about that. You know what's funny? I remember having a teammate where specifically all they did, like exactly like that, like Ravina with that power up, just demos the other team, like the other. Oh, did you see that? Was that a double demo? What the heck? That's
Damn,
crazy.
Ravina coming for the kids and the wife. She is not messing around.
Out my way. That's what she's saying. She's saying, out my way.
Did a lot of work on the board for like Guyana Pigs really like having the better board for a lot of this. That was a great save. Power Pops are definitely heating up in this overtime.
Yeah, I mean, looking into this match, I think most of us would agree. Oh my goodness, that is so scary. That is very terrifying to see that they have just so much of their half just completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is very close. I did not expect this to be as close.
So hard. Imagine if you could open up the ceiling and the walls too.
Oh
by
my
just
God.
hitting it. You just have open parts all over.
There it
It's
is.
just, dropped
Wow.
in, and it's Ravina. Powerpuffs get the game.
Oh my goodness. Like I said, Ravina is going to be like an important player in this tournament, especially for their team Powerpuffs. It was a close game, okay? Like I said, the Rumble and the Drop Shot really kind of helping out Guyana Pigs, right? Bring this much closer to their previous series. But it's going to be, I'm really curious to see if the other games are going to be as close as this one, or if it's going to be the Powerpuffs in the future.
Well, Azita, you played this game before, right? So is this normal to be this low scoring, or is this like people just figuring out how to play again? Because there's so many power-ups, and you're probably just like testing things, and you're probably accidentally knocking the ball somewhere you don't want it, or spiking yourself when you don't want to have it in your hands. Like, is this a normal score?
Yeah, I would say Drop Shot is typically lower scoring than most other game modes. And I think something that's also very special about this is because it is Rumble, the ball is going to be up in the air a lot, and there's a lot of power-ups to kind of defend against that easy shot if you have a lot of damage in the opponent's half.
I believe Regina also played in Twitch Rivals as well, and knowing that Rumble Drop Shot was a part of it, maybe giving a little bit of an edge and knowing, you know, the difference of being able to play typical Rumble versus Rumble with the drop shot addition to, and knowing how to adjust for the different scoring mechanisms. So Powerpuffs take game one. Also an update on the match that we're not showing on stream yet. Team Smile versus At Least We Tried. At Least We Tried is up 1-0 in that match as well. If you want to check that one out, Regina's streaming twitch.tv/Regin, R-E-G-I-N, Chen, CHEN2. And then MJ is also streaming on At Least We Tried. And then for Team Smile, Vix, twitch.tv/That'sVix.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Honestly, I would not be surprised to see Guyana Pigs just absolutely pop up. Oh my goodness, was that a Rule 1 in their own team? Oh no.
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. That's not the Rule 1 we want. For those of you watching who don't know what Rule 1 is, it's when two cars are locked in a head-to-head and it's a stalemate, but typically you want it with the opponent, not your own teammate, because it leaves into a 3v1, which is not the best, but still, you know, we move, we forget about it. No, yeah, Guyana Pigs, they really need to step up this game too and just hope for the best and then tie it up.
I was about to ask you, Athena, is there like power-ups where you can sabotage your own team? Or like you would do it on purpose, maybe accidentally?
I mean, I think there's power-ups that you can use that really messes up your team. Like I would say if you grapple onto the ball, right, and your team has like an open net and you just completely make it go the opposite way, I think that would not be very, very helpful in this situation. But yeah, no, there's plenty of ways where these power-ups can go wrong because I have a lot of experience with that, unfortunately, but we move. But we move.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I thought it was going to drop there.
Nice,
And Ravina just
Ravina.
carried it out. Oh, and she got demoed. Unlucky.
Now we are going to hop over to check out Miramasa's stream for a little bit.
Okay,
Let's see
cool.
how
Just
the
fine.
Guyana
More
Pigs
time.
are recovering
Oh.
in game two.
Trying.
Here,
Oh,
touch.
careful.
Yes, let's go.
Nice.
They're so sweaty.
Go on, keep
They're
going.
so sweaty.
Ah, their field's
They're so
open. That's
sweaty.
great. Try to touch her. Nice, nice, nice. Really freaking good.
Oh,
Close, close. Oh, nice.
We try
Make
it.
sure we're rotating.
All right. Keep it going. I have.
Here.
oh,
my
That was
God.
actually
No, we
insane.
can
Let's go.
Listen,
good.
their
Yeah,
field is
we're
half
fine, we're fine.
open. We got this.
How'd you say Guyana
She
pig?
is
You
right.
said Guyana pig.
Guyana.
Pig.
It's not guinea pig,
Not
it's Guyana pig.
It's Guyana pig.
Guyana pig. Guyana.
Thank you, Mira, for letting us know
Hi,
that so we
mainstream.
can get it right
Hello.
now.
thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you, Mira.
Hi, Mira.
Good morning. Yeah.
Oh
so
my goodness, that was almost a quick
close.
goal.
Luna, go, go, go.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I thought it was gonna
Can we
be
get any demos? Any demos?
Yeah,
close, close.
I'm gonna demo.
Oh my.
Touch it?
No! God damn. You got this, Kaylee?
I tried to touch it.
Nice.
Mira?
I don't have.
Or did I miss it? That's okay too. Fine.
Well, very close to getting that goal for Guyana Pigs to tie up the series, or tie up the game, game 2, in what
Yeah.
has been a very close match so far.
I mean, Mira hit on it earlier. They have a lot of damage in Powerpuff's half, so all they need is one goal, and it's already a tied game. So I don't think they're stressing too much, but it seems to, especially from the comms, they're taking this very seriously. They want this win.
Just like how simple the comms are too, of like, I touch, I help, I'm not helping, I'm demoing, I'm gonna do something. Like that's kind of like the comms that I would have. But this is so close to being a goal. Like look how big this has to go in. But Kaylee's actually gonna clear it.
Oh,
That was
my.
some major damage.
Yeah, that's huge damage on the Guyana Pigs half. See, now we know how to pronounce it, so thank you very much. What a save! Or what? No, did she save the shot, Emma? Oh no!
Oh, and then the freeze to stop the touch. This is some like high IQ usage of these power-ups. I thought people were just gonna punch the ball and just hope for the best, but man, this is really screwing up some plays.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm used to using or for doing this. So essentially, what I do if I don't get a power up that I use it immediately, so I can get like spikes or plungers. So I see a lot of these girls are kind of cycling through their power ups to get that spikes and to get that plunger, and really take advantage of it because that's very, very impactful in this match.
You
Oh
can
my!
grapple hook for so far away too, and Emma's score is putting Powerpuffs up 2-0, and there's only a minute. So as much as this would, like in a game of hoops, this would be comebackable, if that's even a word I just made up. I just made it up.
Yeah.
Guyana Pigs are in a bit of a pickle.
They need a goal like right now. They need this goal in the next 10 seconds to have some sort of motivation to tie this up.
Right, I mean, because they need the goal, and then they'll have to do the damage again to be able to break through so that they have a place to score again. Like a lot of times in the regular game, ooh, that might just seal the deal. Another nice one by Emma.
That's tough. That's tough. Three goals down, and with 30 seconds left, I don't think it's possible to get enough damage in that time frame to secure those 3 goals. So they might have to look forward and just have fun with the rest of this game, and focus on the next match at hand.
I think it was a struggle because I think Guyana Pigs, two people were using magnetizers, and it was like pulling the ball left and right.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out where it was going, and then somebody from Powerpuffs just came with a haymaker and then just scored right off of that. So capitalizing on mistakes, good freeze. And Kaylee's been somebody who's impressed me on Guyana Pigs, like just kind of like really good defensive plays. But with 10 seconds left, kind of like you said, this is a GG for this one. But hey, being down 0-2, this is totally doable.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in our very first match of the day, the team, I think it was Powerpuffs, they were down as well, and then they somehow brought it back.
Yeah, I think it was Team Smile versus Powerpuffs in that match for sure. I was just watching like the 17 haymakers at the end of that game, and just like reveling in the pure chaos that is Rumble. And you know, you had asked me what my favorite favorite power-ups are, and I said tornado, but I definitely there's a few things that feel good, like getting a goal off of a haymaker for sure. Like, you know, just punching it straight in when everyone thinks that they've got it figured out. We're actually going to hop over to overtime in the other match. So we've got At Least They Tried versus Team Smile, overtime for game 2.
Ooh, this is stressful because the orange half doesn't have that many spots. And okay, now that clearly opens things up. And this is scary. Now the blue side only has like that one gap. And let's see if they can score on that.
Yeah, and if you look at the series score, Team Smile's up 2-1 against At Least We Tried. So at Least We Tried really wants to secure this this win so they can tie up the series.
I like the pre-spike too of just, I'm gonna look intimidating over here.
Yes, of course.
Just have a scary looking car. Oh, there we go.
Wow. Wow. Regina freaking popping off like really. Wow. Okay. Oh, absolutely unreal. It's fantastic.
So At Least We Tried wins game 2 of that, and that's got to feel really good. You know, we talked about At Least We Tried versus Team Smile being one of the highlight matches in terms of just like caliber of players. So we'll see if Team Smile can continue that trend going, as we're going to hop right back into the game with Guyana Pigs and Powerpuffs.
At least we didn't miss much. 30 seconds in, no one's scoring. We like that. We like to get the whole picture going. Powerpuffs versus Guyana Pig. We had said that Guyana Pigs, you know, kind of lost a lot in hoops, and maybe this could be a game mode where things can turn around, because it's all about kind of randomness and more about smarts about how you're going to use these power-ups, and kind of like you said, Athena, of just maybe randomly using it so you get a better one. But turns out that, yeah, I mean, the better teams from hoops are also doing just as well here.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how some of these teams really use their power-ups, and maybe some of these players are saving the more important ones for when they're closer to the orange half or the opposing team's half. So I'm really interested to see if they're continually cycling through the power-ups they get to get spikes, or if they're trying to use them more tactically.
It does kind of feel like, and the nice thing is like being able to see the field and getting like a visual representation of this, but in general, Powerpuffs are very effective with every time they go on offense, right? Just like looking at the field, knowing no one has scored yet, and even looking back into like the last couple of games when you know like Ravina has possession and she's gonna go in with like the spikes or what have you, like she's looking to get some damage done, if not a goal scored.
Yeah, because we saw some comms earlier of, I think it was Guyana Pigs with Mira, and it wasn't the comms I was expecting, like kind of really simple, like I'm going to go for a touch, I'm going to help, I'm going to do something. But Athena, if you were to play this, are you going to talk about like, oh, I'm going to use my magnetizer, or I'm going to do it, or is it just too spur of the moment to really communicate and coordinate power-ups like that?
I think, especially with Drop Shot Rumble, it's a little bit more chaotic than just a normal game of Rumble and a normal game of Drop Shot, right? And I think it's very important to really communicate if you have spikes or if you have one of those essential power-ups, because it's if you can make a passing play, or if you can create an opportunity to really utilize the spikes and just get a quick goal, it's really important to be able to focus on that.
Ooh, Kaylee with the no you. I thought she would have been able to steal that away and gone for a play, because there's such a big blue gap in that side that she got so close to it, and the freeze will give maybe Guyana Pigs a chance. But now we're at like one half is done, and oh my god, it's like hovering right over the gap and they just can't.
That is so close. Luna barely got that save. I mean, if you look at the blue half, oh no, did she almost own goal? Or no, she almost got the shot and the save. Nice.
Wait, that's such a good point. It's probably so much easier to own goal.
Yeah.
We haven't seen one yet, which is kind of so.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought that was it. I thought I literally just called it.
Oh no!
We haven't seen an own goals.
Own goal. It's a curse. It's the caster curse. Honestly, before coming on this event and just casting events, I didn't really believe in the curse, but now after being a part of some events, I need to be careful for what I say. I need to be careful.
Yeah, you got the magic touch for that. You did that too many times in hoops. I don't trust you anymore.
Yeah, I did. I don't think the teams want me talking about them either, so I don't think they would want me to curse them. That's too funny.
I saw a few haymakers.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Honestly, it's very spooky for Guyana Pigs because they have a lot of damage on their half. So if they can keep it in the blue half and really force them to defend, this game might be looking really good for them.
I really like that Amper Ace spikes. I just wish there was a gap that she could have scored into, you know?
Yeah. See the spikes? She hit the ball and it didn't even move. What the heck?
That's when you get mad.
I know.
Oh, someone has to go fish that out. So just like stay frozen forever. Like, no one can hit it, but ooh. And it's like right above a gap too. Like, oh.
Oh, was that an own goal? Oh my goodness. They're cutting it close with some of these power-ups because they need to be careful they don't own goal.
Well, the blue one has like almost no damage into it. So Power Push should be able to score. It's like right there. Come on, Ravina. Oh. Almost cleared there. Was that Kaylee? I didn't even see, but Guyana Pigs are barely holding on. I mean, 14 seconds. They could win a game here.
Yeah. And I mean, especially with the amount of damage in the orange half, it would help the Guyana Pigs a lot in this series if they can just close this one out, wrap it up, and just focus on the next game.
I like your GG go next mentality. Oh, it's up in the air.
Goodness. It just needs to hit the ground.
This is
it's
so
overtime.
scary.
The haymaker. Oh, was that from Guyana Pigs? That was
Wow.
huge.
That was fantastic. That was a great use of the boxing glove and just you know, kind of sealing the deal for the Guyana Pigs because now what they're tied in. They win this game. And it's looking good for them. I bet you they're feeling really good right now.
Yeah, especially thinking about their last series. I'm not positive, but I don't think that they won a game in the last series too. So it's nice for them to be able to finally start to get some momentum going, get some teamwork going. And feel really good about that one. One thing I didn't think about until we were kind of like getting really close to a potential scoring situation and seeing the overtime in the other game of this round is how difficult it could be. Like, you know, even if you're the one to score that like last second goal and be able to send it to overtime, that then you're still like dealing with, do the sides like completely reset even on overtime, or then would your side still be basically injured compared to the other one, even going into overtime?
Yeah, when you go into overtime, all the damage that has happened, it carries on. So if you have a lot of damage to your side and the other team doesn't and you go into overtime, it's not looking too good for you.
But I bet Guyana Pigs were super loud after that win. Like, they seem like the type of
yeah.
people that came in with low expectations but big hopes, and everyone is walking away with money for their cause. So everyone's happy for just to be here, you know. And I'm sure like just getting a game win for Guyana Pigs was super exciting. And look at that, Powerpuff score first.
Amfrey really did a good job with putting this in the very small opening because she literally just took the ball, spikes, and then just flipped over and then just put it in the net. So it's just the use of the spikes is so important. It's so important.
Feels like just a lot of ball chasing, and then you get what I really liked in that other game, which is really the uses of freezes to kind of, you know, someone's gonna get an important touch and then you freeze the ball and then they kind of whiff it. Those are my favorite power-ups. And then the haymakers where everyone's ball chasing and then you just haymaker it across the arena, and it's so funny to watch everyone just kind of, you can feel the how emotionally pissed everybody is that the ball just got haymakered.
Yeah, I mean, I think something that's also really kind of useful in this, like say you tactically, of course, not on accident, you say you miss the ball, okay, and you whiff. The other team doesn't know you're whiffing and you might just get a free shot and a free goal. That happened to me last event, I'm just remembering now, and it's maybe it's something they wanna use in the future because I'm sure the other team wouldn't expect it.
Oh, a little grapple there. It's kind of like Spider-Man a little bit. Ravina's just all over the place. I think she's been one of the better ones at the grappling hook and just kind of gets herself involved in a play where otherwise the other team thinks they have control, and she comes out like out of nowhere and then dunks. It's so good to see how cool these power-ups turn out.
Yeah, I mean, almost a little over half the game left, and it's still only a 1-goal game. It's honestly, listen, Guyana Pigs, okay? Focus up.
Here we
You got
go.
this? All right, listen, tie this up, okay? Bring the spirit, bring the passion. There's plenty of people rooting for you guys. We want to see an OT. We want to see some close games.
Yeah, I'm always down for Coach Athena. When she says listen up, like, you listen up. Because she's
I
about
sit
to
up
drop a
straighter in my
banger.
chair. Like I
know, I
fully
had a
just sit up.
posture
I'm
check.
like, oh shoot.
The only issue is when I try to follow my own advice, it doesn't work. It literally the opposite happens. So it's just one of those dilemmas where it's like, listen, you got this, you believe. I try and use my own advice, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
But that's like the whole point of like coaching, right? Like for those
Yeah.
who like can't play, they coach, and it's like, you know what to do, you just like can't do it. Like, oh my god, that's frozen to the ceiling. Emma has to go fish that out. But man, there's a lot of damage on this field. I don't know where the gaps are, but it's looking like I would think Guyana Pigs should be able to score. It's just tough to get any sort of control of this ball. It's all over the place.
Yeah, they want to make sure they don't give up too much damage as well, like that, because even though if they do score, the blue side just completely resets. So they have to go from ground zero and work their way up to find an opening in the ground to score. So they have to be careful with the damage they let through.
That's going like right about the spot they want it to, but Emma's gonna be able to get that out of there.
Just a giant cap over on the orange side.
Woof.
There's only a minute 40 left, and like Powerpuffs could really capitalize on that. So I don't know what they should do.
I think earlier we saw really good use of the teleportation power-up where I'm not sure who had the spikes, but someone on the Guyana Pigs teleported them, and it completely gets the ball off the roof of their car and kind of nulls that power-up. So I thought that was an excellent use of the power-ups to kind of combat the spikes, even though some people may say that it is overpowered. We saw some nice demos, you know? I'm all for demos in this game mode, okay? Assert your dominance, all right?
Oh, tied with a
my.
minute 6 left. That's what we like to see. I like that Ravina was trying to use the magnetizer, and she's kind of like bringing the ball somewhere, and somebody froze the ball, which kind of like nullified the magnetizer, and Ravina was like walking away without the ball, like. So it was kind of awkward, but a good use.
Okay, it's kind of spooky for the Guyana Pigs right now because they have to work. They essentially have 1 minute to get enough damage on the blue half and try to find some way to win this and not have a lot of. Oh my, what a stop! Guyana Pigs, you got this, okay? I believe.
Look at that boot.
Casters in chat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. 37 seconds, tied game. Oh, wait, Lunaris, I thought that tornado was gonna like mess it up. And then, oh, Ravina, she loves those spikes. Oh my god, the dunk. She missed the dunk. Oh, that hurts.
That's tragic. That's so. Oh, and the boot. Oh, and the boxing glove. Wow. Okay, power-ups galore happening right now.
Okay, Lunaris is okay. Don't self-goal.
God.
She was like, wait, I gotta bring it to the other side, and lost the spikes.
Oh, the plunger. The plunger. Yeah, that's a great use of it. Honestly, like just grabbing it out of the air and then just pulling it down to the opening in the floor. There's nothing you can do. Unless you have a freeze, there's literally nothing you can do against that.
9 seconds left for Guyana Pigs. There is some openings. They're gonna have to get this up.
All right, we need some Athena coaching. I don't know how this is gonna go, but the punch, it brings it to the blue side.
Oh my. Okay. Powerpuffs take it. Again, another close game. Another close game against these teams.
Yeah, I would say it started looking pretty good for Guyana Pigs. Like, I know that Powerpuffs got the first goal, but Kaylee actually had a really good usage of the spikes to light up like half of the field. Like it was really well done, just like sliding through. But then it took a bit of time for them to really get some of those openings going. And in the meantime, Powerpuffs were able to capitalize and continue to show just really great play. Lemon, what are you expecting for the rest of this series now, seeing just how close these games have been?
Just more rock, paper, scissors with these power-ups. I think like this drop shot game would have looked a lot different without them. Just when I say rock, paper, scissors, I mean like I pointed out a play from Ravina where she either had the plunger or magnetizer and she was like dragging the ball and then somebody froze it. And it kind of just nullified her play. And then tornado, freeze, and just the freezes have been at the critical moments of a play about to happen. And we've seen a couple of haymakers just completely ruin the control of one team. And I'm surprised how much strategy, maybe a little bit of chaos, a little bit of calculation, but you know, it seems strategic to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be another close game. I feel like this next one is gonna be a one goal differential. And yeah, no, with Rumble drop shot, there is a certain amount of luck that helps one team more than the other. So if Guyana Pigs get a lot of spikes, a lot of plungers, who knows what they can do with this next match and maybe essentially tie up the series or bring it back.
Ooh, and we get to see a rematch and a series point for Powerpuffs. So because it's a round robin, I think Guyana Pigs is really going to hurt their chances of, you know, placing in the top 2 if they don't take this dub or if they can't take this series. So they really need to hustle for this one.
Yeah, I think I think mentally as well, it'd be really nice to win this match and kind of take that momentum into game 6 if they win this as well. This is just a crucial moment for them.
What would you like to see? Is there anything in particular? Obviously, so much comes down to the Powerpuffs, but specifically, are you looking to any particular player on Guyana Pigs, given the play that you have seen so far from them?
I think Kaylee. I think if we can see Kaylee pop off and really make use of the power-ups and do a lot of damage like the previous game we saw, I think it'd be a much closer series.
Yeah, I remember Lunaris also getting a goal in one of our first games, so she's also one to watch. And I hope Mira just, you know, if goals are not her thing, then, you know, just demo the other team. Like you spoke, Athena, how valuable that is. And if the team's so focused on the objective, then you can just body them. And oh, what a block! I gotta hype her up more then.
Yeah, that was an incredible save from Mira to get it back. Oh, we have Luna using the spikes, but she gets, oh no, she gets it taken away from her from another player that had spikes as well. Yeah, see, that's one of the most tragic things is when you have spikes and you're not able to capitalize on it, because it is one of those crucial power-ups in this game mode.
That was Spikeception from Ravina. Absolute Spikeception.
If you're not yelling yoink, do you really have spikes? Oh my god, it's over this gap. How is Powerpuffs not scoring right now? This is crazy. Ravina wants it so bad. She's going up to the ceiling for it. Gets it to Emma. Oh, and it's frozen!
Oh my goodness. The power-ups, they're going crazy this match, okay? Like, I feel like we've seen so many defensive stops, even though there's so much damage on the orange half. It's really cool to see the orange team really focus on that. Yep, of course.
Do you expect that?
You got something in your throat?
Do you expect that, like, in last game scenarios, or like when your backs are against the wall, people will like tend to hoard? I mean, I guess maybe hoard the really good power-ups, but or do you think they'll like spam use them because they're so nervous and like trying to make something happen?
I think it's for me particularly, if I was in this situation, I would try and get the important power-ups and just cycle through. I think it's very important to kind of make sure you have those available to you because they're so essential in this game.
Yeah, Ravina really likes her spikes. I feel like she's always using it and she's always on top of the ball when she does. And yeah, either she's getting lucky or I don't know, almost maybe a pull, but kind of wanting to get it away from the other team. But 2 minutes left, Powerpuffs are up, and I think there's still a lot of damage on that blue side. Pretty even, so I think it's probably just a phase of breaking down the panels a little bit more and then maybe going for a scoring thing.
Yeah, I think if the Guyana Pigs can get a goal here, they would be looking very good considering they don't have that much damage in their half as well. I just think it's very essential that they need to score like right now.
Freezes seem to be like kind of underrated too. Like it seems like it's, you know, it's not going to get you the ball, it's not going to help you score anything, but it really messes up the other team when they have this critical touch that they're going for. They're shooting from across the arena with all this momentum, and then you just freeze it and you miss it. It takes all this time to like rotate back. Tornadoes are kind of whatever. I guess it keeps the ball in the air, but I've been really most hyped about the spikes and the freezes.
Yeah, I think is like you mentioned, it messes up the timing. When you're going up for an aerial and drop shot, it is also super important, like I said earlier, to manage your boost and make sure that you have enough to make those critical saves. When you have the opponent freezing the ball right in front of you, it messes you up and it wastes the amount of boost that you could have used to save the ball in your half. So it is that's definitely one of the power-ups that you need to You need to use wisely.
We're seeing switcheroos too. Like it's hard to catch, but it probably confuses the player even more because all of a sudden they're in the air and they have to like time their aerial and stuff. But oh, Mira goes for a demo to Emma. So 16 seconds. Guyana Pigs they need to score here. And
Wow.
they can't.
Wow. This demo was so important because it really allowed the ball to just, you know, roll into the orange half and get that goal. That was essential.
That's
That
unlucky 'cause
changes
that was
everything.
Mira. Because that was like Mira demoing with somebody from Powerpuffs, and then no one from Guyana Pigs is able to regain control there.
Yeah, and it's just with this match, I think that might be it for the series. I mean, Guyana Pigs, they played good. Like the series and the games were close.
They did. Whether it was a product of drop shot and or like not being able to get the crucial power ups that they needed to be able to turn that around. It still was Powerpuffs who were able to get the win in the end, 3-1 over the Guyana Pigs. I have a score update. The last update was a little bit ago, so this might be a bit older information, but at least we tried. We're up 2-1 against Team Smile. But as we saw in Hoops, Team Smile definitely able to make a comeback there. So we'll have to see if they're able to do that. That was really awesome. I love how like intense we got about those power-ups too. Like I could feel it. We were all just like really getting into that. I think the players really getting into the match as well. Are there any like kind of final takeaways about the teams or about the Rumble drop shot mode that you all have after watching that match?
Honestly, I think they played great. I think they played great. The games were close. What more can you ask from? Even though it might not reflect in the series score, I thought it was a good showing from Guyana Pigs. I thought that they really took the momentum that they had in the previous match and just kind of, you know, really stepped it up. So I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, this seems like a cool game of rock, paper, scissors. Like, I wasn't sure. Rumble just adds those power-ups, add this other layer of strategy to this. Because I think it was just drop shot, it would be a little bit random, a little bit even more chaotic. But there's definitely some thought behind how these power-ups have used. I've been pretty stoked about how Emma was doing too. She had a couple goals, but now we'll check in kind of with these teams. And I'm stoked to see also the leaderboards after these games to kind of see how the teams ended up. Because I'm not even sure who's ahead now.
Ooh, it's 2-2.
Oh, she got haymakered.
Oh, that was unlucky. That was unlucky. Yeah, it is what 2-2 in this series, and we talked about this earlier. These two teams, they had a very strong showing in the very first round. So I'm excited to see if this goes to Game 7 or if this even goes into an overtime because it's only a 1-goal differential.
Ooh, and there's a large gap on that right side on the orange side, so you can see that Team Smile are trying to put it in that direction, but I mean, controlling this game seems so difficult. As soon as you think you have any sort of carry going on, there's a magnet, there's a plunger, there's a haymaker, there's a freeze. Like I don't think any team can have really consistent control, and it's a little bit luck based, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit luck based. I mean, you just have to hope and pray. Please, Psyonix, give us plungers, give us spikes, you know, give us everything. Like, please hear us, okay? Yeah, no, they're trying to utilize these power-ups as best as they can. Going off the ceiling
spikes.
Oh my goodness, Sophie, you're literally popping off.
We were seeing a couple of like Tony Hawk moves there with like having the spike and doing like a 360. Like Soph is gonna put on Twitter now that she got a ceiling shot in a tournament format because of that. Just with the slam dunk, I love that. 1 minute left.
Yeah, it is. That was a crazy shot. I mean, when you have spikes and you're in the air and the opposing team doesn't have the boost to defend you, you just fly. Go on and fly. Put it into the net, okay? Like, there's nothing stopping you. It just goes to show, again, spikes. Absolutely essential in this game mode. It is, and the only thing that could really defend against that is the teleportation, which you have to be lucky to have that at hand when the opponent has spikes.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you about that, Athena. Like, when you're playing Rumble Drop Shot or even just Rumble, do you have a tendency to hold? Like, with your team, you and your team, like, try to hold well?
My God. Okay, sorry, continue. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was. No, to, like, hold the swap in case there's the spikes, or is it better? Is that one of those that you're, like, if you happen to have it, but you're trying to cycle through to get those spikes? Like, I guess where on the tier list of power-ups do you put the teleportation, knowing that it's such a great defensive thing versus the spikes?
I think it's not one of the power-ups that I prioritize, if I'm being completely honest, but I think that it's important to kind of hold on to it for at least a couple seconds to see if there's a one-on-one situation that you can help out your teammate as like a support power-up and make sure that the other team doesn't get an easy goal. So I would say I kind of hold on to it for a little bit, but I'm not gonna make it essential to find that power-up as fast as I can.
Wow, just the 1 gold diff. Athena, you cursed it again. You just
No,
putting
no,
on a shelf
no.
for no, but in a good,
No.
this is a good curse. I like this curse. But also Regina had such a clean plunger goal. I think it was Regina that just had the plunger, pulled it from the ceiling and just slammed it in, and it was very cool to watch. I don't know how they coordinate these power-ups, but this is a really good series.
And a bit more higher scoring than we've seen in the past too. What do you make of that? Since I know we kind of hot dropped in the middle of that game, but initial thoughts from that?
Yeah, you know, I think that it's typically drop isn't that high scoring, so it really goes to show that these players, they're good. They're freaking good at this game. Okay, they know how it works. They know how to use the power ups. They know what to do when playing Rumble or Drop Shot. Which power to them, because in that situation, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I mean, it just goes to show how phenomenal these players are.
It's a little bit of trial and error of you're kind of figuring out what is working and what is not, and maybe, I mean, I don't know how often these players play this game mode, so it's maybe about testing out stuff, and then, okay, now you know the plunger is a good way to bring the ball down from the ceiling into the gap, or a freeze to mess up the other team. We're seeing a little bit more control from Team Smile too, and that at least we tried when they're catching up, they're going for more demos, so that's really helping out, kind of keep things even.
Yeah, I think demos are going to be extremely important in this next match to kind of balance out the kind of like the pace of the game. I think right now Team Smile is playing really, really fast, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to match that momentum. So if you can get a couple demos on the other team, kind of slow them down, kind of mess up their momentum, and you know, just kind of get in their head a little bit, I think it can. I think at least with Tribe can really bring it back.
A spike, and MJ is like looking for a gap. She's like, I'm just gonna put this here. Look at the slam, there's nothing there.
Yeah, especially if you have the ball, if you have spikes, right, and you get like booted, or if you're flying off the roof, you're kind of stuck in the air for a little moment, and you're just twirling around hoping that you can keep the ball and just get some damage. So it's she did the best that she could do in that situation.
See, there was a freeze that just stopped that carry. There's a gap open on the blue side. You see that Team Smile doing everything they can to clear it. And at least we tried, almost cleared it away from the gap with the haymaker. So, you know, sometimes it's a hit or miss.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be, I think this game is a lot closer. And oh my goodness, what a freeze. See? It messes up the momentum. It messes up the momentum, and MJ did a phenomenal job just kind of bringing it out of her half and securing that goal. Oh, what a shot.
That felt like mini putt a little bit. She like had the magnetizer, I think that is, and she like dragged it to the other side, and then it just kind of whoop, hole in one.
You know, I'm sure she'll take it. She'll take anything she can get right now. I mean, you know, you have people like going off the ceiling, going off the wall, triple flip, reset, everything. You know what? A rolling shot, I'll take it, okay? I'll take it.
Well, it almost looked like, you know, in the setup of that with MJ and the spikes, and then their focus on like the corner of the arena almost. Is there like a specific spot where you like know that you're going to be able to get a goal and that you're kind of like focusing on when it comes to like how the shape of the arena is or what have you? Or is it just mass chaos, try to figure it out?
I think all damage is good damage in Drop Shot. Whether it be all damage, you know, like beggars can't be choosers. If you get some in the corner, that's perfect. That's great. Oh my goodness, was this an own goal or was this?
It was like a plunger magnetizer. Like Crimson like pulled it down. She was like away, and like somebody pulled it down into the hole. That was crazy.
Yeah, plunger is absolutely unreal in this game mode. You really have a lot of power of where the ball goes, especially when you're just trying to, you know, grab it from the sky and just bring it down and just put as much damage as you can in the opponent's half. It's a tied game. It's almost essentially the kind of stalemate right now.
Well, one power up that we haven't really talked about is like the disruptor. It causes your opponent to drive uncontrollably, and they're just stuck boosting forever, and they have really bad driving. Have you caught anyone like get quote disrupted, or it sounds like hard to see?
Yeah, so I've seen Regina get disrupted a couple times, and she's done a phenomenal job of just kind of recovering from that. Personally, I think that if you get disrupted, is kind of a blessing because you have that unlimited boost for that moment, essentially because, again, when you're in drop shot, if you use your boost, it slowly regenerates, right? But if you get given like free boost for like just constantly boosting, sometimes you could really use that for an advantage. And I know a lot of people see that as like probably one of the power-ups that you want to get. So from the opponent, what was that?
There's like 3 tornadoes. What the heck just happened?
I think I heard the Twister theme song come in somewhere.
I know. And then the car started flying. Like it was 2 tornadoes from Team Smile, 1 from At Least We Tried, and it just like tossed up Team Smile. So bit of a struggle. Minute 16, tied game. And it's Team Smile on series point 2. Keep that in mind. So if they win this, they win the series. It's straightforward like that. So we'll see if At Least We Try can take this.
I mean, I think there's a lot of damage to both sides, so it's kind of even right now, and it's anyone's game. See, again, the freeze messing up the momentum, messing up the aerials. This is very important to get the first kind of like opening in the.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness! Speaking of an opening, Crimson kind of sneaks that in. Wow.
She does it again. So you know how like Ravina was maybe the master of spikes? I feel like Crimson's like the master of the magnetizer or the plunger, whatever this is, and she just like always pulls it down somehow. I don't know how she does it, but she's gotten 2 goals doing that.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, I wish I could do that. If, like, just being completely honest, I wish I could use power-ups like that. For me, they just go completely awry. So it's fantastic to see.
Agreed. Every time I use the magnetizer, I'm just like, please catch on, please. Hello, be my friend, ball.
Yes, of course.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I'm like the seagull. I'm like mine. Just no, mine.
I think also with the magnetizer, if you're able to aerial, right, and you just go throughout the sky with it, you can carry it essentially and make it very difficult to kind of predict where the ball is going to go because it's like on like a rubber band, you know, essentially, and just kind of moving everywhere.
Oh, a few more seconds. At Least We Tried just need a goal, but there's just like barely any damage into the blue side, so they would have to go super hard here. Like Ems has to make a play, and it's just not going to happen. So Team Smile will take the series.
That was pretty incredible. I think just overall, the round, pretty incredible. We all were super hyped about Rumble Dropshot, and I think it really delivered.
Yeah, I mean, we saw chaos, we saw crazy saves, we saw crazy shots. I mean, seeing the chaos and just craziness of this game mode, I'm really curious to see what they do in their next game of Boomer mode.
Oh God. Before I get even into Boomer mode, I thought Crimson really popped off this series. Just the really good uses of the power-ups, mainly I think it was a plunger with a magnetizer, just pulling it into those gaps and getting the 2 goals that Team Smile needed. So that was really cool to see in Boomer mode, where we thought that there was strategy in this Rumble drop shot. Boomer mode is going to be probably the opposite of that, where you have all these physics amplified. So it's going to be about controlling that chaos.
Ooh, I actually wanted to shout out Ampharay as well from Powerpuffs, because I thought, you know, we were talking a lot about Ravina, and obviously rightfully so, but Ampharay did have some really like calculated, awesome plays throughout to help Powerpuffs get the win in this.
Yeah, I think they played phenomenally. I also wanted to highlight Mira. I think she had some crazy saves. She had some good plays, and overall performed really well in this game mode.
Oh, look at that save from Emma too, and oh, they tried to pull it back. There were so many close games of just like 1 goal diffs. Like I never saw like a team really get stomped, right? It wasn't like Hoops where we felt like Guillaume Pigs was falling behind all the other teams, and to be expected, you know, they don't have that like WCBC experience or whatever, but they're still incredible Rocket League players, and it required a lot of coordination. But here was a little bit more strategic about brain power of like these critical freezes when someone goes for a play, or these pulls into the gaps, or tornadoes to toss up an opponent when they have control. Like, there was a lot of strategy involved here, maybe a bit of luck too, and maybe a bit of whiffing, but I'm excited to see Boomer Mode and just how chaos and strategy is kind of gonna combine.
I think the lesson I learned about this via Athena is any damage is good damage, any boost is good damage. So you know what? We take these. You got to take the wins when you're playing Rumble Drop Shot.
It's honestly, it's really cool to see how in each different game mode, you've seen like multiple highlights of different players on the team kind of rising to the occasion, right? Like we saw Caro and Sophie really pop off in hoops. And then in Drop Shot, we saw Ravina, we saw Emma, we saw Mira just really rise to the occasion and just kind of showcase their skills.
Now looking at our leaderboard, Team Smile, the only team with 2 victories after getting that win over At Least We Tried. The team they have left to go against for round 3 in Boomer Mode is Guyana Pigs. Can the Guyana Pigs get the win over Team Smile, or is Team Smile going to be able to walk away with a clean 3-0 for the day?
That's a tall order, but you know what? I believe in the underdog story, okay? I believe in the underdog story. I believe in so many crazy things happening. It's Boomer Mode, okay? Who knows what's gonna happen? It's the ball's gonna be going so fast, and I'm sure that there's gonna be some unexpected plays to happen.
Am I just the only one who's like, man, I'd really want to see Team Smile go undefeated, because that top 2 spot is so contested. And I thought originally, you know, the Powerpuff Girls were the ones who were contesting them and having the closest games against them. But Guyana Pigs also had, you know, they made things close in the Rumble Drop Shot. I thought Guyana Pigs really stepped up compared to how Hoops went, because it felt like Guyana Pigs maybe weren't as practiced in that one, but we're going into Boomer Mode, maybe a little bit more traditional Rocket League with a bit of a twist. So I'm excited to see kind of who's going to master that one first.
Yeah, and the other match for our final round of EU is going to be Powerpuffs versus At Least We Tried. So there is definitely the capacity for, if Guyana Pigs get that win, that we have like tiebreakers, which is going to come down to head-to-head or game differential. We'll keep you all posted, but for now we're going to go to a break. When we come back, Boomer Mode and the final round of EU. Stay tuned.